What if I told you that the greatest moment of your life didn't feel great when it happened? What if the most important chapter in your personal transformation looked like rock bottom, felt like failure, and smelled like regret? See, we're wired to believe that happiness is waiting for us at the finish line. After the weight loss, the job offer, the apartment with good lighting, the relationship, the confidence, the glow up. But here's what they don't tell you. The real magic doesn't live at the top of the mountain. It's buried somewhere along the trail, probably when your feet hurt, your lungs are burning, and you're wondering why you started climbing in the first place. I didn't learn this from some TED Talk or motivational book. I learned it from the dark. Literally. Let me take you back. It's 2:47 a.m. I'm sitting in a hoodie I've worn for 4 days straight. Half a cold burrito is balanced on my stomach like a trophy of shame. The glow of my laptop is the only light in the room. My bank account reads $18.42. I haven't spoken to another human in 3 days unless you count yelling at random teammates on Discord. This wasn't a bad week. This was my life. I told myself I was just waiting for things to get better, waiting for motivation, waiting for my moment. But I was just hiding in plain sight. And then, somewhere between the cold burrito and the fifth YouTube rabbit hole of the night, I had a thought I'd never had before. Not a grand epiphany, just one sentence. What if I just tried? Not changed everything, not fixed my whole life in a week. Just tried something, anything. So the next morning, I brushed my teeth before noon. I opened the blinds. I drank water instead of soda. I walked to the end of the block and back. My legs hurt like hell. But that night, I slept like I just conquered Everest. And that tiny win, it became my blueprint. I started keeping score, not of my failures, but of my progress. Drank water again. Point. Walked 2 blocks. Double points. Applied for a job, even though I was sweating through my shirt. Bonus round. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't a glow-up montage. But something shifted. And here's the weird part. Every time I made progress, my brain lit up. Not when I achieved something huge. Not when I landed a job interview or got a message back from a girl. It was when I showed up for myself. Even when I didn't feel ready. Especially when I didn't feel ready. The breakthrough came from the most unexpected place. Video games. Yep. See, I used to grind endlessly in RPGs. Hundreds of hours chasing legendary loot. But I realized I was never really excited about the loot. The JOY came from the grind. From the level ups, the close calls, the late night boss fights. That's when it hit me. I'd spent years chasing progress in a virtual world because it gave me something real life didn't. A sense of growth. A reason to keep going. So what if I could game life? Same rules, different rewards. And once I started thinking that way, everything changed. Fast forward 18 months. I'd lost 90 pounds. Moved out. Got a decent job. Found someone who made me laugh so hard I forgot I ever hated myself. And yet, there it was again. That dull ache. That whisper of, is this all there is? Because once you get the sword, once you beat the boss, there's always a new one. And the high never lasts. And that's the ultimate plot twist nobody prepares you for. You don't arrive at happiness. You practice it. You build it like strength, moment by moment, set by set. And most importantly, you notice it. I was happiest not when I hit milestones, but when I stopped hiding. When I dared to show up as a beginner. When I laughed at myself and kept going anyway. The cold walks. The awkward interviews. The first time I cooked something without setting off the smoke alarm. The first text I sent to someone I liked, even though I stared at it for 20 minutes first. That was the real reward. And the best part? That kind of joy. It's available right now. You don't need to fix everything. You don't need a perfect plan. You need to try. Because your brain doesn't light up from success. It lights up from effort, from challenge, from movement. You were never meant to sit still, waiting to feel ready. You were built to evolve. So here's the truth nobody tells you. That version of you with the dream job, the confidence, the better life, they don't show up out of nowhere. They are built, brick by brick, in quiet moments of choice. They are born every time you choose discomfort over distraction. Every time you go for a walk instead of nap. Every time you show up to class, even when you're behind. Every time you choose water over soda, conversation over silence, truth over shame. Every time you say, This is hard, but I'm doing it anyway. That is how your future is built. So here's your invitation. Forget the finish line. Forget the big moment. Forget the idea that one day you'll finally have it all figured out. Instead, lean into the mess, the awkwardness, the starting from zero, the tiny, unglamorous victories that no one else sees. Because those are the ones that change you. Start with one small act. Make your bed. Go outside. Open your inbox. Apply to one job. Read one page. Do one push-up. Write one honest sentence. Stack those tiny wins until you can't ignore your own progress. You don't need a transformation. You need momentum. And you don't need permission to begin. So tomorrow morning, don't wait for the motivation. Don't wait for clarity. Don't wait for some perfect sign. Just decide. This is your expansion arc. This is your character development montage. And it starts with one action. Not because it will fix everything, but because it reminds you who you really are. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not the version of you that gave up before. You are the one who gets up. Again. And every time you do, the world shifts. Just a little. So stop waiting to be happy. Start moving. Start building. Because the life you want isn't some future destination. It's being created right now. One imperfect, beautiful, messy, brave moment at a time.